Even if you are the most badass guy on the planet, there is a woman that at points you get sensitive to her. And even if you know all of the rules of attraction and attraction dynamics and socializing, you will become vulnerable to her. I'm going to give you a bunch of tips here so you avoid making mistakes. And if you want to rebuild something with her, you can do this easily. The first mistake that guys make, never, ever tell a woman that you need her. It doesn't matter how much you love her. It doesn't matter how much you need her. It doesn't matter how much you want to be with her. Do not say that. I know you might hear sometimes they say, hey, be vulnerable. Tell her how much you care for her. Tell her how much you need her. Tell her how much you love her. Do not ever tell her that you cannot be without her. Do not ever tell her that you need her in your life to be happy. Do not ever tell her you cannot function without her. It's a big mistake. Guys get close to the girl and they just tell her things that they end up being low value, weak guy. Do not do that. Do not break these fundamental protocols. If you read my protocols I give in the program, I specifically talk about this as well. Don't ever do anything that shows signs that you need her to function. Why do I tell you this? Because I see many good guys. I see guys who are unbelievably amazing guys, strong, powerful, good life, everything together, but they lose themselves. And they tell the girl they need her. And what you do by saying that, you're putting a lot of responsibility on her. A lot of things happen in the background. Maybe on the surface, it even looks nice. But what it does, it works against you. And it goes against rules of attraction. And no one is different. Your girl and you are just like everybody else. I know your relationship seems different. It feels unique, but the rules are the same. You're a person, you're a human being, so is she. The rules are the same. Do not do that. Look, if you want to spoil her, you want to do great things for her, just do it. Don't say it. The problem is when you get into a conversation, for example, she wants to break up with you and then you tell her things that are weak and needy and they make you appear like a low value guy in front of her. Do whatever you want to do for her, but do not tell her that you need her. If you are going through some turbulence in this relationship, this is a long-term deal with her. And for guys, they make mistakes because they look at this as a short term. They say, I want to make things right now. I want to fix this right now before she goes away with somebody else. But to women, this is a long-term thing. Maybe to you, you have to fix everything this week. But to her, she needs time. She sometimes needs 1 week, sometimes 1 month, sometimes 2 months. Your job is to keep this communication the right way. Do not cut communication. Communicate the right way. But if right now you have to pull back, if right now you hang out with her and she says, listen, I don't want to be with you, I don't feel it, that's cool. Don't try to push it, because if you push it, you're guaranteed 100% it's going to fall apart. Do not push it. There is a way to navigate. That's why I show you in the program as well. That's why I help you with text messages. You have to stay in touch, you have to communicate, but on the same frequency as her. Very big mistake. Guys don't look at what is happening there and they think, well, we had all these great things together. Now I don't want her to get closer to somebody else. So let me tell her, remind her of all of these things that we had. She is not your friend anymore. If she doesn't want to be with you and you want to be with her, you're not on the same frequency, and because of that, everything has changed. Things are not the way they used to be. So you have to switch, and it is extremely difficult because you have to do things that you don't naturally want to do. These are the things that go against you, against your natural desire. And that's why it's very good to check your text messages with me before you send them, because the rules have changed. Another thing that makes you appear very attractive to this woman is paying attention. When you talk to her, listen. When you are there, pay attention and listen. When she talks, let her talk. Look in the eye, don't break the eye contact, and listen. Let her talk. Let her talk. The more you pay attention, the more interested in her you are, the more interesting you appear in her eyes. So let her talk. One of the mistakes that I make myself sometimes when I'm not present is when I talk to a girl, I ask questions, then I don't listen. So try to listen when she talks, pay attention, keep your eye contact, ask good questions, and be genuinely interested. If her level of attraction for you is lower than level of your attraction for her, you gotta pull back. Because when that dynamic is created and she doesn't want to be with you, you have to remember, man, by pushing, things won't change. By telling her anything about you and her getting back together, things won't go in your direction. Now is the time that you be patient, you understand communication, and understand how to deal with yourself, with your emotions, and with your thoughts. That is the key here. The key is not to come up with this secret text message, with this magic text message that you can tell her and change her mind. Her mind will only change if she sees, number one, you don't want her as bad as she thinks you do right now. Number two, you get it, you understand what happened, that things change. And number three, she has to see that you're genuinely okay to be without her. These three are extremely important, and sometimes when I talk to guys about this, I say, dude, you gotta pull back right now. You gotta pull back for next week, for next 10 days. We should only send a message, one very short message in 5-6 days or in 10 days. They don't like it. You guys don't like it. And sometimes, oh man, you don't understand my situation, you don't understand. And then the guy disappears. Then a few months later, he comes back and says, you know what, I should have listened to you. If her level of attraction is lower than your level of attraction for her, dude, you gotta pull back. Don't cut communication, but pull back and communicate properly. Use my text blueprint and only follow that if you want to escalate.